Hey, this is Tiny Iron Fist. Today I'm going to read random Muppet Wiki articles in under 25 minutes. This will be done through the random button. Alright, I'm going to set this over here. Okay, gotta... Alright, I'm going to start the timer. And here we go. Manny Kaye, the Toon Clan player, is thought by Stadler and Waldorf to be the guest star of The Muppet Show episode 316 instead of Danny Kaye. According to the Geezers, Manny Kaye is the worst performer in history, slightly worse than Clive Cahuenga, the singing civil servant. An unemployed bear is profiled by Krusha the Pig in the 1988 TV special Free to Be a Family as part of a documentary film exchange between the Muppets and the United States of America and the Russian puppets of Soviet television. Krusha interviews the bear, who lives in a cardboard shack with "Feed the Bear" cardboard sign attached to the wall behind it. The bear has been unemployed most of his life, but a year ago he did land a job with the prestigious Wall Street investment banking firm. He worked on the floor of the exchange as a doormat, but was told he couldn't work his way up. The bear's path to success is halted suddenly when his bosses, played by Marlo Thomas and Whoopi Goldberg, suffered a financial setback, the result of carrying scads of cash under their hats and coats in public, as the money is dropped and picked by the populace. The bear is unceremoniously thrown out and lands on the very street corner where he now lives. He is still seeking the American dream, however. In fleeting shots of the standing bear, a full body puppet is used, performed by Sherry Weiser. A patch of singing watermelons appeared in episode 321 of The Muppet Show. They joined guest star Roger Miller to sing in the summertime, which Miller wrote. The melons also play accompaniment on banjos and guitars using their vines. The ghosts on The Muppet Show are ancillary characters who appear during several spooky circumstances. Their specific design has been reused in a number of productions, differentiating them from other Muppet ghosts. A trio of ghosts appeared at various points in episode 115. Two of them haunt Fozzie Bear and Gonzo in the House of Horrors sketch. They told ghost jokes backstage and on the dance floor at the dance spot. They sang the Beatles song "I'm Looking Through You" for the episode's UK spot and joined in the closing number, "You Got a Friend." Designed in the tradition of cloth sheet with eye holes and mouths cut out, they were filmed so as to seem transparent. In this episode, the two male ghosts were performed by John Lovelady and Richard Hunt. The female ghost was performed Aaron Oscar. One of the ghosts was later reused in the Mop Top Shop episode Ghost, where he was performed by Brian Herring. This particular style of ghost was rebuilt and used in some 2009 Haunted Holidays videos. It was then used in a short promo for the Muppets in 2011 and web video for Oh My Disney in 2015. The ghost puppets later appeared in 2017 and 2018 to perform the Boo Danube at the Muppets Take the Bowl and the Muppets Take the O2. And several ghosts appeared as characters in Muppets Haunted Mansion, including one fourth wall breaking spirit performed by Peter Linz. The ghosts are occasionally filmed against black or chroma key and then composited into shots to give them a partially transparent and free-floating appearance. A non-articulated action figure was included as an accessory with the Uncle Deadly action figure. It included a clear base and sand to make the ghosts appear as if it were floating. 3 different paint schemes were produced: regular, clear, and glow in the dark. I'm on a roll. A similar Muppet ghost with more traditional Muppet eyes appeared in Elmo Says Boo, answering the Count's riddle, "What's a ghost's favorite dessert? Blueberry pie." Kevin is Gonzo's cousin, as seen in the 2005 concert special An Audience with Joe Pasquale. When Gonzo attempts a magic trick with the assistance of Joe Pasquale, not all goes as planned in typical Gonzo fashion. He attempts to make himself disappear from a box on stage and reappear somewhere in the audience. The trick appears to work, but when the box collapses, Gonzo's illusion is broken as his doppelganger can still be seen in the audience. Pasquale asks who his double is, and lookalike answers, "I'm his cousin, Kevin from Whitechapel." As Kevin is Gonzo's identical cousin, he is the same species or whatever Gonzo is. Topaz is a Scottish bard who performed on the Muppet Theatre stage in the Muppet Show comic book The Four Seasons, number 3. He recites his wonder poem, Autumn Mists, with added moaning, about Glasgow in 1883. When he announces his poem has 17 more verses, he is promptly yanked off stage with a shepherd's crook. He previously appeared in the Muppet Show comic book The Treasure of Peg Leg Wilson number 3, announcing through a poem that Miss Piggy's jewels were fakes. The string quartet performed Boccherini's Minote in A major in episode 513 of The Muppet Show. They never spoke, but had a flair for sadistic artistry and destruction. As a result, they were dismissed from the Muppet Theater and never again asked back. One of them is made from the same whatnot as Martin Suggs. Wow, my throat. Ugh. Kevin is the oldest of Mrs. Canary's cheeks. She sent him over to Mop Top Shop in the episode The Brave Canary. Kevin is supposed to sing a song for the very first time at the Flying Feathers party, but he is very scared about it since all the other birds will be hearing him. Puppy Duck tries to find a few things to make him brave. A pirate hat and a canary flag. But none of this helps. After Kevin has sung the song for Mop-a-Tuck and Puppy Duck, he lands on a cherry log who starts to say how wonderful Ken was. Kevin feels a lot more confident and takes the log home with him. The puppet previously appeared without eyelids on The Muppet Show, episode 321, where Robin turned into a chick due to cluckitis, episode 504 on Barnyard Boogie, the finale on The Muppet Show, and This Way to the Garden. Ugh. Madame Rhonda is a corrupt fortune teller who appears in Miss Piggy's story from the Muppet Show comic book. Rhonda appears at the Muppet Theater as the show's guest star and proceeds to read the fortunes of the various Muppets and then taking all their money. After she tells Miss Piggy that she is about to lose something, precious and green, her money, she assumes the fortune means she will lose Kermit. When Miss Piggy sees Rhonda and Kermit holding hands as he is having his palm read, she assumes Kermit is cheating on her, which causes her to beat up Rhonda and Kermit and find that her purse was stolen, revealing the truth about Madame Rhonda. According to a newspaper article about her arrest, Miss Rhonda's other aliases include Taro Gertie, Scorpio Little, and Black Claw, Emperor of the Universe, and other entertainment troupes she built out of their money, including Ted Ponk's Traveling Flea Circus, the Mercury All Canine Theater Company, and Gladys Terrible's Donkey Grumman Beauty Parlor. Madame Rhonda has a small role in 2018's Muppets Meet the Classics fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm. She appears in the adaptation of The Devil with Three Golden Hairs in the role of the seer who identifies Kermit's collar as an omen that he is destined to marry the princess. Kay is a frog who first appeared as one of Kermit's friends in The Frog Prince. This group of generic frog puppets would later be recycled on The Muppet Show. Rosebud is a dog-leg Muppet monster who appears in Fozzie's Big Book of Side-Splitting Jokes. Structured after a typical canine, Rosebud sports blue fur covered in dark yellow spots, sharp teeth and claws, and patches of thick hair at the end of its tail, around its neck like a mane, and under its new nose, akin to a mustache. Despite the color coding, Rosebud appears to be an entirely different breed than Lamont, another blue Muppet dog. Companion and Mean Mama, Rosebud encounters Fozzie Bear as he makes his way through the park, rattling off some jokes out loud. Fozzie earns the derision of the monster pair, following a joke about how a dog dresses in different seasons. In response, Mean Mama commands her accomplice to sick him, chasing Fozzie out of the park. In contrast to the usual written-out representation of a dog's bark, commonly woof or arf, Rosebud's animal call is presented as naff naff, suggesting an altogether different sound from its species. The Fuzz Brothers perform appear in the UK spot of The Muppet Show, episode 409. The Fuzz Brothers are chin puppets, with puppet parts added to the performers' faces to create the puppet characters, and the televised image inverted so it is upside down. The puppets' mouths are actually the performers' mouths. The puppet's hair is actually the puppeteer's beard, while the puppets' beards are the puppeteer's mustaches. Oh. Although traditional chin puppets are usually performed with the puppeteer lying on their back with their chin in the air, for the Fuzz Brothers, the Muppet performers were comfortably right side up, standing with their bodies hidden behind a blue screen, and the image was flipped electronically. Close attention to their chest reveals that dangling elements of their costumes are defying gravity. The performers' heads were right side up, and the picture was inverted. The Fuzz Puppet sketch was released to video in the Playhouse video Gonzo Presents Muppet Weird Stuff. Ugh, yeah, this is definitely looks weird. Ugh. Oh. Okay, it's about 10 minutes left. Next one. Bean Bunny. How appropriate. Bean Bunny first appeared in 1986 as the start of the TV special The Tale of the Bunny Picnic. He was part of a family headed by Father Bunny and Mother Bunny and helped make peace with the farmer's dog. In 1989, Bean joined the cast of the Jim Henson Hour, appearing in both the control room and televised portions of the Muppet television segments. Although his fellow Muppets often found him to be insufferably cute, the Muppet television ratings were never higher than when the station featured sex, violence, and/or Bean Bunny. Bean Bunny was further integrated into the Muppet family in 1990, playing major roles in The Muppets at Walt Disney World and Muppet Vision 3D. In the former, he responds to Scooter's jibe that cute is his middle name by saying it's actually Norman. A walk-around version of Bean was also featured in both Muppet stage shows at the Disney MGM Studios and Walt Disney World. Here Comes the Muppets and Muppets on Location, Days of Swine and Roses. It is indicative of the push to make Bean Bunny a major player in the Muppet family that walked around versions of more established characters such as Scooter and Rolf were not featured in these stage shows. An animated version of Bean Bunny was introduced during the 7th season of Muppet Babies, and Preteen Bean would later be featured as part of the Muppet Kids series. Bean was active as a main character only till Steve Whitmire began performing Kermit the Frog. Following the death of Jim Henson, Wily Whitmire's other character, Rizzo the Rat, gained more prominence in the next major Muppet production, The Muppet Christmas Carol. The film was Bean's only significant role in a Muppet movie, appearing in several scenes as a hapless urchin who on Christmas morning fetches a turkey twice his size for Scrooge. In subsequent appearances on Muppets Tonight, Muppets from Space, It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie, and The Muppets Wizard of Oz, Bean was relegated to the background and became a routine target of Muppet violence, a fact that Brian Henson noted in the Muppet Christmas Carol DVD commentary. Inside the Muppet Company, we love to hate Bean Bunny. Frank Oz once said of the character, Jim Henson built a character named Bean Bunny so people could think he's cute and take the onus off of the others, but it didn't work. They still thought the others were cute. Bean made a cameo appearance in the second issue of the Muppet Robin Hood comic book and plays Michael, the youngest of the Darling children in Muppet Peter Pan. Since 2015, a Bean Bunny puppet is on display at the Center for Puppetry Arts as part of their permanent World's Puppetry exhibit. Oh, gosh. Debbie is a character who first appeared in the Muppets episode Bear Left, Then Bear Right. After connecting with Gonzo online, the two meet up for a date at Rolf's Tavern. However, Liam Hemsworth stands in for Gonzo. The Debbie puppet was later used at the Vulture Festival in May 2016 for a brief audience participation puppetry workshop in which several characters lip-sync to Chumbawamba's The Thumping. The puppet is a caricature of Debbie McClanahan. Commander Slick Space Guy is an astronaut who appears in the direct-to-video Things That Fly. He is recruited by Kermit the Frog and Lindy to help their friend Norberta to find her way home in space. Slick gets airline passengers at the airport, actually the California Museum of Science and Industry, for a tour of several artifacts from the history of space travel. He shows up the Mercury Redstone 2 capsule, which carried the first hominid and the chimp to space. In 1961, in the Gemini 11 capsule, which was used to Orbit the Earth by Pete Conrad and Dick Gordon, 1966, is tour turns the song Countdown to Blast Off, which covers a number of NASA achievements illustrated using clips from dozens of missions, including Apollo, Voyager, and the space shuttles. Oh gosh, I'm exhausted. Oh. How many minutes do we have left? 4 minutes. Okay. The tuxedos appeared in the Muppets Take Manhattan. Along with the bridal gowns and wedding cakes, these matrimonial accessories sing portions of the chorus for Somebody's Getting Married. Mr. TV Set is a television who appeared in Muppet Magazine issue 18. He has a similar appearance to the monster TV set that attacks the viewer in the Muppet News Flash segment of the Muppet Show, episode 119. The old Henson.com featured creature refers to him as Opie at the box. Opie ate the box. Excuse me. Suggesting that this may have been a nickname used for him in the workshop. The Bouncing Borsellini brothers are 6 acrobat pigs from Boston who performed their El Piramido act on episode 107 of The Muppet Show. Contrary to their name, the Borsellino brothers do not bounce. Rather, their weight sends them crashing through the stage, abruptly ending their performance. Kermit refers to the act as a big disappointment. They were named after the Italian hat company, Borsellino. The Bouncing Borsellino Brothers act is the very first scene that features all 6 generic male pigs from season 1 together. One of these pigs, the one with brown hair and eyebrows, would later become Dr. Julius Strangepork. And, the Doctor is performed by Jerry Nelson. The fattest of the bunch is made tiny, mentioned to be 975 pounds. He is performed by Richard Hunt. PJ is a playful child who starred in the direct-to-video film Jim Henson's play-along educational series. He has a sister, Kylie. The puppet would later be recycled into Lindy. Richmond the horse is a gray Muppet scene in the Muppet Christmas Carol. While his name wasn't mentioned in the film, Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat refer to him by name in the 20th anniversary audio commentary. The character was devised by Dave Goes, who performed the horses with David Rudman as a tribute to the late Richard Hunt. Goes named the character after Hunt and modified the puppet's teeth with a gap akin to one Hunt had for much of his life. Offset, Goes corresponded with director Brian Henson as Richmond, asking for more screen time. The puppet is the same one originally used for old Skyball paint. And here's the one. Armadillos are mammals with a leathery armor shell originating from South America. A pink-skinned armadillo with long ears and orange and yellow designs on its shell appeared in Muppets Most Wanted as one of the things Constantine promises he can provide for Miss Piggy as he serenades her with "I'll get what you want." Other Muppet armadillos have appeared almost exclusively as renamed variations of the same puppet, including Dooley the Armadillo, Joe the Armadillo, Andy the Armadillo, Mr. Dillo, and Annette. Another more unique and abstract design was used for art in the Song of the Cloud Forest. An illustrated character named Andy the Armadillo appeared as a guest on The Muppet Show 2 for the show. Still time? Okay. The snowman befriends Fozzie the bear in the 1987 special A Muppet Family Christmas. Fozzie builds a snowman who comes to life and becomes Fozzie's comedy partner. The pair sing Sleigh Ride together with some woodland animals, hoping to cheer Kermit the Frog up. Fozzie and the snowman attempting their comedy act only to be heckled by Statler and Waldorf, defeated and melted. Well, that's my time. Also, it's April Fools. Ugh. Hope you enjoyed it. Where did I...